So one day in China, a businessman named Wei was in his favorite coffee shop sipping his coffee and, enjoying the fresh morning breeze when all of a sudden another man walked into the same coffee shop, sat down across from him and told him the most shocking thing ever. He told Wei that he was a hitman and that someone had paid him to kill him, but he wouldn't do it. However, he would need to show proof to his sender that he carried out the job, or else the sender might keep sending other hitmen after him. When Wei heard this, he was relieved. He knew it was his lucky day because hitmen usually never tell their targets what they are about to come and do to them. They would just take out their targets. So he asked the hitman what proof was needed to trick the sender. The hitman replied, saying that Wei would have to lie down as if he were dead so he could take pictures of him, and then he would need Wei to disappear for some days so that it would look as if he had really died, which Wei immediately accepted. He lay dead, the hitman took pictures of him, and then they went their separate ways. The hitman went to the sender, gave him the photos, and collected the money for completing the job, while Wei went into hiding. Days passed and everyone thought Wei had died, but what they didn't know was that he was alive and just hiding thanks to the hitman. A few days later, when everyone had bought the story of Wei being dead, Wei decided to come out. He ran straight to the police station and revealed what had been happening. How a hitman came to him but didn't kill him and he had been hiding ever since. When the police heard this, they began tracking the hitman that came to Wei and eventually they found him. I would call this hitman Hitman 5. When the police arrested Hitman 5, they asked him the big question: who sent him to take out Wei? Hitman 5 replied that it was another hitman that sent him, aka Hitman 4. The police went after Hitman 4 and asked him the same question: why did he want Wei dead? Hitman 4 replied to the police that he was paid for the job and that it was another hitman, Hitman 3, that gave him the job, which he then gave to Hitman 5. The police immediately tracked down Hitman 3, arrested him, and asked him the same question. But Hitman 3 also said he was hired by another man, Hitman 2. The police rushed to find Hitman 2. When they finally caught him, the exact same thing happened. Hitman 2 said he was hired by someone else, Hitman 1, and then he gave the job to Hitman 3, who then gave the job to Hitman 4, who then gave the job to Hitman 5. The police then went after Hitman 1, and after arresting him, Hitman 1 ended this whole line of hitmen and revealed who sent him to go after Wei. He revealed it was a real estate mogul named Tan that sent him to take out Wei. Let's rewind. You see, around 2014, this real estate mogul, Tan, worked together on a multi-million-dollar real estate project with Wei. But then, along the line, things went sideways. Tan and Wei had a big issue, and this issue led to Wei suing Tan. Now, there's not much information about the issue Tan and Wei had. However, it seems Wei was the person in the right, and his suing meant he would win the case. Tan realized this as well, and so because of that, he decided to take Wei out before the court trial even began. So this was how he reached out to Hitman 1, gave him over 2 million Chinese yuan, that's roughly around 280,000 US dollars, and told him to make Wei disappear. Hitman 1 agreed, but instead of carrying out the job, he removed 1 million yuan from the money, contacted Hitman 2 and gave him the remaining 1 million to carry out the killing of Wei. But Hitman 2 also did the same thing as Hitman 1. He removed some portion of the money, contacted Hitman 3 and told him to carry out the mission. This was how the job moved from Hitman 1 to Hitman 2 to Hitman 3 to Hitman 4 to Hitman 5. So by the time the job got to Hitman 5, the money was already small. Alright, it was just a few thousand yuan from the original 2 million. Seeing how small the money was, Hitman 5 decided it wasn't worth killing anybody for that little money. That was why he did what he did in the beginning of the story. He walked up to Wei in the coffee shop, told him the truth just to get the proof he needed, and then he collected his own share. This was what really happened. After the police discovered all this, they arrested Tan along with the 5 other hitmen. They were charged to court, and in 2016 they were all sentenced.